Coming to your mat in a nice, easy seated position. Making sure you have a block or a pillow and some water. And taking a moment here to arriving in our practice. Sitting with the breath. Sitting up tall, shoulders back, spine long. Eyes closed or gaze down. Noticing the breath, keep coming back to the breath every moment. Thoughts may come, let them come, and then let them go. Hands on your knees, seated cat-cow, sit up tall. Exhale, round and curl. At your pace, close your eyes if that's okay with you. And exhale, round and curl again. Continue to inhale and exhale. Big breaths. And then take some seated dancing lion. One of my favorite warm-ups here, just kind of moving the body, noticing what's sticky, what's not. Hearing some creaks and cracks going in both directions. It's a nice, gentle, slow flow. We'll do a little yin, a little vinyasa, and then a little bit of yin. So a little bit of yin and yang yoga. Back to center, inhale, reach to the sky. And exhale, lean over to the right. Maybe drop the right hand and reach and look. Spin the heart open as you look underneath your arm through the ceiling to the sky. Big breaths in and out. And then back up to center. Catch the hands behind the head, fall back in. Big breaths, open the heart. Back up to the top again and over to the left. Drop the left hand, reach and look and twist. Breathe. Beautiful. And back to center again. Take a twist to the right. Inhale, lengthen, look out. Look back over that shoulder. Inhale, reach up to the sky again. And exhale, fold, or twist, not fold, twist to the left and breathe. Back to center again. Come forward, hands and knees, tabletop. Tuck your toes and let the belly drop, tail come up. Exhale, round and curl. Spine to sky, rainbow spine. Inhale, let it go. And exhale, round and curl. A few more times. And then let's turn this into a wrist stretch. Turn the fingers facing in. Maybe rock a little bit forward and back. And then turning this into dancing lion, coming around in big circles or small circles around your mat in both directions. Maybe a quad stretch here, dropping into the hip flexors. And let's take child's pose. Nice, easy child's pose. Hands in prayer behind the head. Third eye, forehead to the earth. Settling into the breath, feeling the body settle down to the ground, grounding and centering. Setting an intention for your practice. What are you trying to cultivate here in this 45-minute yoga class that we're going to be together? Seal that in with a few more big breaths in and out. And then take all 10 fingertips to the earth. Tent your fingertips so they make little tents on the ground like this, so they're off the floor. Beautiful. And then gently start to walk this over towards the right, left hand on top. Dropping the right ear down and spinning open. Beautiful. And back to center. Walk them out a little bit further than they were, so you can elongate the spine a little bit further. And then off to the left, right hand on top of left, and find that side body stretch. And back to center again. Coming back to tabletop, and let's tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Shake your head a little bit, yes, and a little bit, no. And come up on all 10 tiptoes, bend the knees, turbo dog, really bounce in here. And then go ahead and walk the dog, straightening one and then the other. So bending one, straightening one, bending the other, straightening. There you go. Good job. We're going to work on balance here. We're going to try balancing down dog, but if it's too much for you to try that in down dog, you can do it on the hands and knees. So if you're on the hands and knees, the right hand comes out and the left foot comes back, balancing tabletop. If you're trying balancing down dog, we're coming to downward facing dog. Take the toes out and the heels in. Right hand up, left foot back. Or go ahead and reach for a quad stretch. So balancing tabletop or balancing down dog. Breathe into wherever you're at. And then gently let it go. If you're in tabletop, take a couple cat-cows. If you're in down dog, let's take our first vinyasa. Coming to plank, lower down, up dog or cobra, exhale back. Downward facing dog. So again, either tabletop or down dog. This time right leg up and left hand. And then if you like, go ahead and take the quad stretch. This looks a lot easier than it actually is, so don't stress yourself out if you're falling over. Just do this on your knee. Let's release. Everybody meets in downward facing dog vinyasa together. Come forward to plank. Lower down, halfway hover. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Right leg reaches for the sky. We open hip on hip. Elevate up on the left toes and find some space. We'll step the right foot through all the way in between your hands for low lunge. Take the back knee down. And lean forward into that hip flexor. So I'll turn to the side so you can see that. So I'm leaning all the way into that hip flexor. You can come up on a block or a pillow on your hands, or maybe you want to come up hands on your knee, or maybe you want to reach up and back. Yogi's choice there. See if you can slide the knee back a little bit more and lean forward. Beautiful. So our right foot's forward, our left knee's down, and we're really leaning into that. Let's come to half splits. Just lean back, straighten out the front leg and curl the toes up. Inhale, lengthen, look how flat the back is. And then exhale, come forward, keep looking past the toes, feeling this in the back of that right leg. Keep breathing here in the half split. And then come forward again, this time lifting up the back leg to runner's lunge. The left hand stays down and the right arm comes to hip. Reach it up to the sky and go ahead and take some circles. Let's roll to one or both edges of your feet and sink the hips down and reach out towards me. Beautiful. Wide stance fold. Both hands come down. We turn quarter turn back to the back of our mat towards the left foot. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hammock pose. Walk your hands out and send your hips back and melt in. Bend the knees here if it's appropriate. Keep melting down. Keep pressing the hips back. If you want a little more strength, you come forward for plank. Maybe take a couple push-ups here. Maybe not. And then walk your hands in and up to your waist. Halfway. Then all the way up, turn the right toes forward, warrior two. Beautiful. So in warrior two, our back foot is about 45 degrees and our front knee is right over our ankle. Hands are open. Beautiful. We're looking over the front hand. Inhale, pump warrior once. Go ahead and pump warrior twice. And then a third time. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back to plank. Option to take the knees down, lower down vinyasa, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, press back. Downward facing dog, upside down V. Shake your head gently, yes and no. Right foot comes to center, left foot up and open. Find some space here. Knee comes into nose, foot steps gently between hands, and we drop the back knee down. Lean forward into the hip flexor. Option to come to a block or pillow, or option to come up to the knee, keep sinking into hip flexor, or option even to raise the hands up. So whatever feels most comfortable for you. Keep sinking in, making sure this front knee doesn't go past the front ankle, and really sinking into that hip flexor in the back. Beautiful. Find a few breaths here. And then half split, sit back. Curl the toes up, look up, flat back, exhale, fold in. Beautiful. Come forward again, this time lift the back leg up. We come into lunge twist. The right hand stays down, left hand hip first, then sky. Take a couple circles in both directions. And then roll to the outside edges of your feet and sink down. Beautiful. Keep breathing. Both hands come down, wide stance fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands through your legs behind you. Bend your knees. Maybe take some runner's lunge on the side. Really feel the body open here. If you have an inversion in your practice and you want to take a headstand now, you can go ahead and do that. So do whatever feels good here for you for a few breaths. Maybe you want to come forward for those plank push-ups. You're feeling really strong today. And the breath. Always the breath, yogis. Let's come halfway up, hands to hips. Feeling the spine, feeling the core, and then all the way up, turning the left toes forward, warrior two. And we pump warrior slow 3 times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Cartwheel the hands down, step back to plank together. Drop the knees if needed, lower down, vinyasa, up dog or cobra. Exhale, let's find child's pose. Option here to stay in child's pose to rest. Option to come up to seated on your knees. Option to jump to squat, take crow. Or any other option that feels right for you. Taking maybe 10 counts of breath here. Whether you're in child's pose, in squat, maybe you're practicing crow. You can also come to seated bound angle here, hip opener. So it's a yogi's choice. Maybe you're practicing crow to jump back. Maybe that's in your practice. Up dog or cobra. And exhale. Let's all meet in downward facing dog when you're ready. And walking your hands back to your feet. Roll up nice and slow, nice and easy. Take a back bend here, supported. Take your hands onto your hips, lower, and point your fingers down. Elbows draw toward one another, and then we find this back bend, supported. You can leave the chin tucked or let the head open. Standing at the back of your mat, hands at heart center. The right knee comes up, tree pose on the right side. Standing on the left, hold on if you'd like or you need to. And breathe. Hold on to both sides. Change the arm position once or twice. Knee comes back to chest and kick the foot straight out. Pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward, warrior 3. Lift the back leg up. Pulse again. 10, 9, 8, squeeze 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and mountain pose. Feet are hip distance apart. Go ahead and windshield wiper the hands, or maybe take some figure eights. Beautiful. Standing mountain pose again. One hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and let's come to gratitude. What are you grateful for, yogis? sides, mountain pose. Left side tree. Bring the knee up and find the tree pose. Find the breath. Find something to look at about 6 to 10 inches in front of you. Beautiful. Change your arm position 2 times if you can. Challenging the balance. Bringing me back to chest, send the foot straight out. Try not to lean back here and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step forward. Warrior 3. Send it up and little pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and mountain pose. Some circles. And then stand tall. Inhale, sweep to the sky. And exhale, fold, melt to the earth. Inhale, lengthen, look out. Walk, step, jump, or float to the back of your mat. Lower down with the knees or not. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Breathe. Right foot steps forward, cartwheel open to the warrior 2. We've been here before. Straighten the leg out. I'm going to turn to the side here so you can see this. Straighten the leg out for triangle pose. So if you were going to move this foot right up, you'd see the feet. They would be about here. So this one is like in the middle of this one. And you just step that back and the legs are squared off like a triangle. Triangle pose, arms come out, and we stick this back hip out, lift up out of the rib cage, and then tip over, I like a block. You might have just heard my hip crack there. We're going to look straight up or down, and keep leaning back like there's an imaginary wall. Trikonasana, triangle pose. And breathe. And reach up and reach back. Second triangle pose or half moon. For half moon, we're going to take that block or your hand and step it in front of that other foot. And then we're just going to tip this over. Beautiful. Maybe take a bind here, doing a quad stretch. I just want you to see the distance of hand to foot on the earth here, okay? And then let's take a curtsy squat, dropping that back knee behind the foot, seated, twist, turn to the right. And twist to the left. This one's a little challenging. Come right back up to the half moon. So put the hand back where it was. Kick the leg up using the strength of the core. Beautiful. And we'll slide back to warrior 2 where we started. Pump one time. Cartwheel the hands down. And vinyasa, step back, drop the knees or not. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, press back, downward face. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Left foot steps through, warrior 2. Pump one time. Straight legs, step the back foot in. Triangle pose, reach out and tip over. Beautiful. Breathe, look up or down. And reach up and back, exalted triangle. Second triangle or half moon. Bind if you bind. Beautiful. Curtsy squat brings you to a seated twist. Counter the twist off to the other side. And back up to half moon using the strength of your core, yogis. Beautiful. So nice. And then let's find that warrior two. Pump it one time, stretch. Back in. And we cartwheel down to vinyasa. Lowering down, up dog or cobra, and exhale, child's pose. Keep the legs closed or open. Let's lean off to one side and then take the legs out in front of us for seated forward fold. So you want to keep the feet curled up towards you, sit up nice and tall, and reach out like you want to reach for my hands. Maybe you catch the feet, or maybe it's the ankles, or maybe you need a block to make this a little bit further. Keep lifting the chin up and bringing the chest low, flat back. Option to take the head to drop. Option to take the pillow and allow yourself to just kind of hover on the pillow. So again, yogi's choice. Inhale, reach back up to the sky. And exhale, lower down onto your back. All the way down, nice and slow. So let's see if you can go nice and slow. All the way, all the way, all the way. Hands come behind your head, arms open. If you're comfortable with your legs out, bound angle, feet together, knees apart. And then let's take 20 crunches. If you're not comfortable with your legs like this, do them with your knees straight out. And hug it in. Make some small circles on the sky. Beautiful, yogis. Really nice. This is the yin part, the relaxing part. We're going to take this figure four and take reclined pigeon. Using the right elbow to open out the right knee, draw everything in close, breathe. Let's stay here for a good 10 to 20 count. If thoughts come in your mind, let them come, but then just gently let them go. Letting that hip mouth open. just gently drop both legs to the right and take some more crunches here. And drop them both to the left, side twist, and option to take 20 more or 10 more. And hug it in. Happy baby, straddle, or just some circles on the sky. So happy baby is here, feet in hands, feet towards the sky, and drawing them down, or maybe you're taking straddle, so whatever is most comfortable for you. Maybe you rock from side to side. This feels nice on your spine. And then we'll turn this into the reclined pigeon on the other side, drawing this figure 4 into your chest. And sit for about 10 to 20 counts. And we release the leg, dropping them both to the left, spinal twist. You can stay right here and just enjoy the spinal twist or add in some crunches. Straight up to the obliques. And up and across to the other side. Relax here for some more crunches. Well, I guess I didn't really get too much yin today. Kind of ran out of time. So I invite you to roll over onto your right side using your arm as a pillow, or maybe you have a pillow and you want to use your pillow as a pillow, and just come here into this fetal position, into this nice restful spot. Big verbal sigh, exhale. Let's take a few more of those. Big inhale in, and a big sigh, let it go out. Beautiful, one more time. And exhale. Allowing your eyelids to close gently over your eyes, allowing your jaw to be soft, your teeth to be unclenched. Completely relaxing and emptying out any thoughts that might be in your head at all. As I come to today's reading, treasure your experiences. Gather experiences, treat them as precious jewels. The purpose of your journey is not to guard and restrain yourself. The purpose is to learn. You do not teach and lead your soul. Your soul leads and teaches you. It takes you wading across streams, strolling through meadows, deep into valleys, and high onto mountaintops. It takes you down winding, narrow roads and along fast-moving four-lane highways. It takes you into tiny cafes, bustling cities, and out-of-the-way places. Don't limit or judge yourself or any adventures you may have had. All were important and have shaped and formed you. And don't worry about getting lost or going off track, and don't worry about being wrong or in the wrong place at the wrong time, because you see yogis gathering your experiences, going through them, and selecting gems from each. Listen while others tell their stories about their adventures and show you their jewels, the truths that they have learned. Then when you break bread and sip soup with others, open your heart and joyfully share your journey. Having experiences is called living. Sharing experiences is called loving. Let yourself enjoy both. Yogis, until our paths cross again, I wish you peace, love, and light. I invite you to stay here in this meditative state in Shavasana, either laying down or sitting up. Stay as long as you'd like. There's no rush to leave. Take this time for yourself in self-care. Coming back to the breath where you began,